No matter who you are or where you come from, everybody has a story to tell. But it's not just people, there are some pretty awesome places out there too. So today, we're hanging out with some interesting people and checking out some pretty cool places. Kel's getting sand everywhere, hanging out with Iron Man Zane Holmes at the beach. Emma's meeting the maker of a house made out of recycled materials and gets a tour of his pad. And Dwayne's taking a dip into the ocean to explore a coral reef. But first, Alex is getting dusty at the top tip of Australia.
This is a tyre. This is its loader, and it digs this bauxite mine. The red dirt town of Weipa is home to the largest bauxite mine in the world. And we've travelled to the far north tip of Queensland in Cape York to dig up the dirt on Digging Up Dirt. Michelle, we're in the middle of a big, vast, empty, very red space. What's going on here?
So this is the mining point of our operations. So basically it starts like the trees behind us. The trucks come in and they take off the first layer, which is our topsoil, which we save for our regen process. And then the loader comes in, pushes up all the bauxite, and then waits for the trucks to come and loads the bauxite into the trucks. All
right, cool. Now bauxite is this good-looking red pebbly stuff. What's it really like? What are you trying to mine out of it?
Yeah, so bauxite's a natural resource, and then in our refineries we turn that into alumina, which basically then becomes aluminium. So products such as aeroplanes and soft drink cans.
Ah, cool, and the stuff I love to wrap my sandwiches in, and it's pretty red. I mean, it makes for just a bit of fake tan. Look at that. Oh, look at that colour. Now, what happens with the bauxite from here?
So basically the trucks transport it from here, take it to a dump bridge. Our trucks are unique to this site, so they're belly dumpers. Basically the bottom opens up and it falls into a chute, which then goes to the beneficiation plant.
These super-sized trucks each transport more than 170 tonnes of bauxite around the mine, which then gets dumped onto one big conveyor belt. Michelle, this must be the longest escalator for dirt I have ever seen.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
So where's it taking it?
So from early when we were at the dump bridge, so the truck dumps it in the dump bridge, goes into that massive hopper or chute. We add water there so that it travels on the conveyor better and doesn't get so dusty, don't lose so much product. And from there it travels along this conveyor to the beneficiation plant, which we like to call Benny.
All right, Benny, I like that, I can work with that. Now what does Benny do as part of the team?
Benny is all about washing and processing the ore. We remove the fines, remove the sticks, and then stockpiling on stockpiles ready for shipping.
Okay, so you just have those clean little pebbles we saw earlier.
Yeah.
And then you dump it on the ships and it heads out?
Heads to the refineries.
This mine ships more than 20 million tonnes of processed bauxite each year, which is a lot. But with great mining production comes great environmental responsibility.
So Alex, as the world's biggest bauxite mine, obviously environmental protection is a major focus of our operations. Before we even start mining or looking to mine, we do complete environmental surveys, cultural heritage surveys. They're completed with traditional owners of the land so that they can identify anything that's special to them, so scar trees, any animals that we need to protect.
You'd honestly think that'd be a bit quieter when you're trying to do an interview. There's no respect. Quiet down, guys. Massive trucks, unbelievable. So yeah, so you and the Aboriginal owners check out the land and make sure you don't disturb any natives and valuable trees in the area.
Yeah, and if anything is found, an environmental buffer is put around that object, and we make sure we mine well away from it. And after we finish mining, all the topsoil is put back on and we try and restore it to as natural as possible. You may not have realised, but all the land behind us has all been revegetated.
All this greenery used to be a big open dirt patch like we saw earlier.
Yeah.
Wow, if it wasn't for that massive truck, you wouldn't even know.
No.
Yeah,
and
amazing.
We try and revegetate as well with all native seed that's collected by local people.
From tiny pebbles in the soil to big planes soaring through the sky, this bauxite has only just started its long journey from the ground up.
Next, Dwayne's splashing into the water to get a closer look at what's lurking beneath the surface. Then, we follow Dr. Derek around to experience what a day in the life of a vet is really like, and meet some of his cute patients. One person's trash is another person's treasure, and coming up, Emma's hanging with Martin, who's made a house entirely out of recycled material. Essentially, he lives in a house of garbage, but it looks pretty cool. Plus, Kel's getting put through her paces, joining Ironman Zane Holmes.
Coral reefs are some of the most diverse and valuable ecosystems on Earth. They provide homes for fish and remove carbon dioxide from the water.
So we're here in Moreton Bay. When you talk about Queensland corals, not many people necessarily think about Moreton Bay, but there are some amazing subtropical reefs that we're going to be visiting here today. The other really unique factor about Moreton Bay is that it's a transitional area. So you get some of the tropical species that you find up on the Great Barrier Reef, and you also get some of the cooler water species that you find further to the south.
And it's these corals that we're checking out today.
So corals are important for a variety of reasons. They help to make some of the most diverse places on the planet, and the stony skeletons from coral actually help to build these really amazing complex communities that provide homes for lots of other marine life.
Cool. And we've got lots of gadgets down there. We've got gizmos, we've got cameras, we've got satellite imagery. What's the deal with that? What are we doing with it?
Yeah, so we're here running a citizen science project here about remapping the extent of coral in Moreton Bay. The idea is that we are using high-resolution images taken from the sky, and then our volunteers are actually out here in Moreton Bay. They're going to hop in a whole bunch of spots around Green Island and actually identify what types of corals are there and how much coral is there. That gives us an idea of where the coral is concentrated and can make some really incredible maps that are useful for reef management purposes.
Time to dive in and see what's happening down there. Oh boy, it's cold. Oh.
Roughly it will be somewhere around 60-65%. Sand, some other 25%.
How ugly is this mask? Amanda, how good is this? Day out in the water, checking out all the reefs. What do we see down there?
Well, we've got a data sheet here. So on the data sheet, we record all our non-living substrates. So we've got different rock, sand, silt, and so we take a percentage of each of those.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we also have hard coral and soft coral, and we have all the different sponges and algae forms.
Cool. And we saw a big plate coral right beneath the boat.
Yes, so that's one of our hard corals, and we also have a big, massive hard coral as well.
Nice. Okay, well, let's get all this data back to the scientists on the boat.
Thank you.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, Chris, results are in. What have we found from today's survey?
Well, you see here the different sites which we visited today, and where the volunteers went in the water. And basically at each site we now know a bit what kind of coral and algae there is. Every pie chart represents basically how much coral, algae or sand substrate is there.
Okay, so why is it important to know where the coral and the algae is?
So by keeping an eye on our beautiful Moreton Bay, we can take care that we look at how the health of the coral and the algae is, and how that is basically an indicator for this environment. And that's why we need to keep on mapping these areas.
The big pressures that we've got is the development in urban catchments and mud. So we get a lot of mud that comes off the catchment, which is where we live and where you play and where you go to school, and that all ends up in the waterways. The same with litter. You don't put it in the bin, it all ends up in the waterways. Then it can just break down, it hurts our flora, hurts our fauna, and this coral that you've seen today, this beautiful coral, it covers it with mud, it doesn't get any light, it dies.
So by doing our bit here, we're helping these creatures out here.
Love corals.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek McNair. Welcome to my veterinary clinic. Today I'm going to show you what the day in the life of a vet is really like.
Every day is different for a vet. Derek has to be ready for anything, as he never knows what animal or problem he might encounter.
Well done, good girl. There we go.
Like Bugsy, a rabbit who might be eating too much.
Now, what can we do for Bugsy today?
He just seems to like his food a lot, so just making sure he's not getting fat, and I know it can cause problem with their teeth, I think, as well.
Yes, yes. Now the good news is I don't think he's fat at all.
Good.
I think he's just a nice size. He's just right. Hello Bugsy, you're doing very well. We'll just check in your ears, because rabbits can get and regularly get problems with their ears, but his ears look very nice and clear. Hold on Bugsy. Now I'm just going to check his teeth. Not all rabbits are happy about this, but we'll see.
Little man.
We'll see how we go. There we go. Those teeth are actually really good.
Very good.
They're very good. Rabbits often their teeth can overgrow and they can become really big, but those teeth are fabulous. You've been looking after them very well, Bugsy.
No doubt.
That's very good. If you can hang on to him, I'll just have a little listen to his heart and lungs as well. His heart sounds terrific. And your lungs sound terrific, Bugsy. I think you're the picture of health.
See you next time.
See you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, George. How are you
Visits
today?
can get a little more complicated than a general checkup, as little George finds out.
Now, what can we do for George?
Well, I wasn't sure if George's right eye, if that was all okay. I think he might have scratched it
Okay.
on a bush, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, that sounds good. Let me have a little look. Hello, George. Yes, his eye is a little bit weepy. Yes, there is a mark in his eye. Yes, I'll just have a closer look. Yes, unfortunately, he has got an ulcer in the front of his eye, so we'll need to give him some drops, and it should become back to normal just in a few days. So what you need to do is just have him looking upwards, like that, and have the drops, and then just drop it straight onto his eye, like that.
Yeah.
And then you just massage the drops around, like that, and that's all you have to do. If you do that, and then we'll see him again in a couple of days to make sure it's all healed.
Excellent.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, George. You've been the perfect patient. Well done.
There's some things antibiotics can't fix. Daisy is having surgery so she can't breed and have puppies. It's called desexing and done for all sorts of reasons. Sometimes the owners might not want an unexpected litter of puppies that they won't be able to care for. First, Derek needs to make sure the dog can't feel anything.
We're now just going to give her an anaesthetic so we can proceed with her operation. And it just takes a couple of minutes and she will hopefully go to sleep. She's very happy under the anaesthetic, and so we can get ready to prepare her for surgery. Okay, so now we're ready to go. And we just clamp off that side of things so it doesn't bleed too much. This is the layer of stitches in the abdomen to make sure everything stays where it should do.
Daisy will come back for a final checkup to take the stitches out and be running around in no time.
That's just one of the many days in the life of a vet.
As the old saying goes, one person's trash is someone else's treasure. And nobody knows this better than Martin. He's been taking our trash and using it to build a home for himself and his family. It's taken him 5 years to build, and he's almost finished. Now, it might look like your average house from the outside, but this place is a recycling mecca. Isn't that right, Marty?
That's right, Emma. We've used lots of natural and recycled materials in the construction of this home, such as this tyre. And we've also made it so it's off-grid.
Sounds very eco-friendly.
Well, yeah, it is. In fact, it should be about 4 times more eco-friendly than a normal home. So therefore, you know, you could fit 4 times as many houses on the planet without making it sick.
So talk me through it. Where did it all begin?
Well, it started with a guy called Michael Reynolds, who's an architect from America. And he invented this idea of this off-grid home made out of natural and recycled materials that essentially just does everything for itself in terms of catching its energy and storing its own water and even treating its own water.
Well, it sounds awesome and it looks even more awesome. Do you reckon we can go inside and take a closer look?
Yeah, sure, let's go. As you can see, this wall's made out of lots of recycled bottles. So what we do is cut the neck off the bottle and or off of 2 bottles, in this case a green one and a clear one, and we sticky tape it together and then use it as a brick in this wall. And we just use mud, really just clay and sand, and a little bit of straw as sort of the packing material between all the bottles. And when that dries, the mud becomes very hard and it makes a really strong wall.
So clever and so pretty too. Are all the walls made out of these glass bricks?
Well, no, a lot of the walls are actually made out of the car tyres, and we fill them with earth and tamp them with a sledgehammer so it's nice and compact. And yeah, there's about 1,000 car tyres have been used here to build some of the walls.
Even after Martin's finished building his dream eco home, the recycling will continue well into the future.
So it's all about being self-sufficient. There is solar panels on the roof that collect all our energy and store it in batteries. All the water that falls on the roof is stored in water tanks, and that flows into the bathroom and the kitchen, providing all our water needs for the home. And then once we've used it, it flows into the garden bed and irrigates our plants. And from there it goes to the toilet for flushing, and then off out to the septic tank, and then it irrigates the landscape.
As it turns out, one person's trash is not only another person's treasure, but in this case, it's a dream come true. What a great way to help out the planet we all share.
Man, these guys are quick and they know a thing or two about running on sand. Whew, I'll tell you that much. I think I need to take...
Kel! Whoa!
Just as I was beginning to worry we were going to run like maniacs all day, my new buddies spotted a glimmer in the distance. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No. It's former Ironman champion Zane Holmes! Ah, what a guy! Oh my gosh! Ironman Zane Holmes, it is an honour to meet you. This is crazy.
Good to be here.
Yeah, 5s all round. That is amazing. Hang on a second. It looks like you're well acquainted with these guys already.
Yeah, I know these guys. These are our wave warriors.
Hang on. So you guys knew that Zane was coming today?
Yeah.
Is that why you put me through all those sprints before?
Yeah.
They are putting me through my paces already, Zane. Is this all we're doing today, though?
No, they're going to wear you out. We're going to get you on the board, doing some swimming in the surf, and some flags on the beach. It's all part of the Medibank Wave Warriors, yeah. So these guys, we'll put them through their paces and they race each other. And they also they combine all those elements and do a big Ironman race as well.
Okay, and is it just about racing and winning, or is there a little bit more to it?
Of course not. It's about participation. We create a really fun atmosphere. And the kids even though it is a competition, you know, they're down here and having an absolute ball.
And learning a little bit about beach safety, I'm guessing, because those waves look a little bit big for me today.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, that's what Nippers is all about, really. At the end of the day, it's about being safe in the ocean and learning the skills as they grow up.
And everyone's a winner?
Of course.
All right, let's put me through my paces now, guys. You ready?
Yep.
Let's do
get
it.
in the water.
Let's get in the water. Oh, man. Guys, come in. Woo, how's everyone feeling? Good?
Yeah.
Zane, I was average at best there. How do you think I went?
Pretty
Yeah,
bad.
we've got a bit of improving to do, let's just say that.
Gotcha. Can work on basically everything?
I would say so.
Okay, well, fair enough. Well, tell me that's it. We're done with the water now, yeah?
No, not at all. You're done with the boards, but we're going to get you out swimming now.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Okay, swimming. Do we need to assess the situation out there? What's first?
Yeah, you always need to obviously assess the situation for safety before you're going to enter the water, but we're lucky today. We have some really nice conditions and the lifeguard's on duty, so it's safe to go in the water.
Beach safety tick. All right, guys, you ready to hit the water for the swim?
Yeah!
Let's do it! Hustle. Wish me luck, mate. Woo. Surprisingly, the swim leg went better than anticipated. Even Zane was impressed. But nothing could prepare our wave-battered bodies for the wrath of the next event. Flags! Hang on. Have a look at these guys. Still smiling? What? Oh, good work, team. Huddle in. Oh, man, you guys are absolute champions and you're super fit to boot. But did we all have fun?
Yeah!
Absolutely. Now, Luke, I have to ask, what's your favourite event?
It's the Ironman because it's a combination of the board, swim, and the run, which is all fun.
Oh, awesome. And Emily, what's yours?
Mine's flags.
Flags. Well, we've got some here for you. And look, you've got one there. Perfect. And can I ask, Polly, why do you like competitions like this so much?
Because you make new friends and you learn water safety reasons and
you get to win.
Yeah.
We love to win. Well, guys, I'm a little bit sandy. I don't know about you, but what do you say to washing off in the ocean, yeah?
Yeah!
That's it. Let's go!
Well, that's a wrap for today's show, exploring places and meeting faces. Just because the show's over, it doesn't mean that the fun has to stop. If you want to rewatch today's episode or get a blast from the past and watch an older one you might have missed, jump online and head over to template.com.au where you'll find stacks of animals, action and adventure. Don't forget, you can also check us out on all of our social media for behind-the-scenes pics and videos. Plus, you tell us what you want to see on the show. Until next adventure, stay wild.